What is up, guys? Nico here, and I hope you're all having a wonderful day today. And today is Easter, so happy Easter, everybody! And I hope you all have a wonderful day today, and I hope you all have a great experience today. Spending time with your loved ones, doing whatever. I hope you all go out and just do something nice for tonight and just enjoy yourselves because obviously Easter is a pretty nice holiday, to just spend time with your family. Of course, there's more to the actual holiday. There's a lot more meaning to it, which I'm going to go over right now because it is more religious, which I want to go over the true meaning of what Easter is. But of course, to the people that are like not religious, right? This is just a holiday where you can give each other gifts, like chocolates, themed after a rabbit or a bunny, the Easter bunny, chocolate eggs, just chocolate, right? Just eggs, stuff like that, typical Easter stuff. But the thing is, Easter is a lot deeper than that. And the thing is, Easter is actually a Christian holiday. And pretty much, just like Christmas, it's a holiday that, that has been switched up for people that are not religious. But of course, I want to let you guys know what it's really about, so you guys actually know what Easter is about. Because I know that some of you guys have never heard of, what's really the actual meaning behind Easter. Because a lot of you guys, I know you guys aren't Christian. You guys have different religions and beliefs, and that's perfectly fine. But I do want to go into, the actual true meaning of Easter. So pretty much, uh, the holiday is a celebration of the resurrection of Jesus Christ, because well, he comes back from the dead after being crucified. I think you guys have heard of all that, but I think it's, see, he was crucified. I think it was like on the third day it was that he just came back from the dead. And he just walked away from where he was buried. And there are probably memes that you guys have seen where there's like the tomb that he was buried in. And of course, eventually they find out that, yeah, his body disappeared because obviously he came back from the dead. He disappeared. There's memes about it. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen them, especially, on Easter. There's a bunch of memes, uh, but yeah, just so you guys get some context on what I'm talking about. But pretty much, that whole thing represents pretty much hope. Just kind of, just that's mainly it. Just it represents hope because obviously, after everything that happened to him, he comes back from the dead, and he continues to do stuff afterwards. Which is kind of crazy. But the thing is, Easter never really like has a specific date. It's just always the first Sunday after the first full moon, which is like what, like after spring, pretty much, which is always like between like March like 20th to like 22nd to like April 20th to 25th, right? And as you can tell, well, today, 420, the funny number day, I guess, is also the day that Easter just happened to fall on. So, you can see that a lot of people, they're like, oh yeah, happy Easter, happy 420, stuff like that. Uh, that just happened to be today, you know? But, yeah, there's a lot of, like, obviously traditions that come with this, like, holiday, because obviously, there is also religious traditions and non-religious traditions, and I'm just gonna go into pretty much the main religious tradition, which is pretty much, well, the only one, is pretty much just going to church, because obviously today you celebrate the, resurrection of Jesus Christ. That's why people go to church and all that, to kind of celebrate that, because obviously it's a Christian holiday. So of course that is the pretty much the religious thing that people do on this holiday. Now, that's really it when it comes to the religious side of, traditions, because the rest of the traditions are other things that which most people know Easter for, because obviously there's a lot of people who aren't religious and who aren't Christian. So, pretty much the traditions that come with this holiday are obviously the Easter eggs, and the Easter bunny, and also, well, going out and eating with your family, kind of family, friends, just going out and just having a feast, dinner, lunch, breakfast, whatever, it's kind of a thing that people like to do. And, I'm not sure if that really counts as religious either. Not sure about that one, but I just know people like to go out and eat somewhere on Easter, so that happens, right? So, pretty interesting stuff in my opinion. It's always interesting because it this whole holiday really has a huge just impact on culture and just history, because I mean this has been a holiday that's been celebrated for such a long time. Because I mean, obviously, different people's cultures kind of go into how they celebrate Easter, especially when it comes to religion, because obviously people celebrate Easter to be, the resurrection of Jesus. Some people don't, and that's perfectly fine, because obviously not everyone will believe in everything. People have their own beliefs, and that's okay, because everyone will be different. You can't force people to believe in the things that you believe. As long as we all just treat each other with some respect, you know, at the end of the day, it will be fine, because obviously I understand there are some people that do kind of disagree with each other depending on their beliefs and will look down on others, because of their beliefs, and that shouldn't really, be the case, like I understand that some people may not agree on some things and will believe in the same things, but uh you just gotta understand that not everyone will agree with everything, so you just gotta, no matter what you believe in, you know whatever you do for this particular holiday, uh honestly, do whatever you want. Like I feel like just you should just treat each other respect. Let people celebrate this holiday however they want to, But yeah, just that's all I really wanted to talk about, because I mean Easter has been a holiday that I guess a lot of people tend to kind of forget about, because I mean it's not like it's not like a holiday that everyone talks about, so it's like sometimes people tend to forget about Easter. Whenever I think about Easter, like, I never really think about the Easter Bunny or the Easter eggs anymore, Like, yeah, it kind of comes to mind where it's like, oh yeah, the Easter Bunny, the chocolates, whatever. The Easter egg hunting, the typical little kid stuff that I used to do back, when I was a little kid. But, yeah, not really a thing that comes to mind anymore, because obviously I've grown up from that, and, I don't really do that anymore. And I know my siblings still do it, because obviously they're still kids, it makes sense. So if they want to go, Easter egg hunting, or just, getting chocolates that are, well, Easter themes, like, eggs, chocolate eggs, whatever, it's perfectly fine. But, obviously, me, I've kind of outgrown it. But, obviously, because I don't really, like, go Easter egg hunting or anything anymore, I've kind of grown up. But, whenever I think about Easter, it's mainly just the resurrection of Jesus Christ. That's pretty much it. And yeah, I kind of do think that, not only that, but it's like, oh yeah, the Easter Bunny and all that. But like, that's not something I really am hyped about anymore, because that's just kind of something you get excited about when you're a little kid, Which I mean, thinking about that kind of stuff, it just, makes you realize that you really would enjoy a lot of things as a little kid, that you would get excited about the little things, Because as a kid, I mean, thinking about an Easter bunny hiding eggs around, and if you, find them, you get chocolates, candy, and all that. I mean, of course that's gonna make a little kid excited, because I mean, what kid doesn't like candy, especially chocolate? I mean, I'm way older now, and I still love chocolate, but obviously, as a little kid, I'd be really excited because I love chocolate, you know? But, yeah. Just kind of a little something extra I just wanted to talk about, nothing too big, just something a little extra that I wanted to put in there, because obviously, different traditions and all that, different mindset, when I was younger compared to now. But, yeah. Honestly, that's all I really wanted to talk about in this video. Yeah, that's really it. So, if you guys have made this far into the video, I really hope all of you guys enjoyed. And thank you all for listening. And I hope you all have an amazing day today. Hope you all have an amazing Easter. Spend time with your loved ones. Enjoy yourselves. But, yeah. that's gonna be it. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye, everybody, and happy Easter.